Oh, it's telling me that it's streaming live. So
Ooh,
Oh, I see
oh,
it
I see it.
too.
is it up there? Do you see it?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, kids. Uh-oh.
Do we have
So
a
It's
disclaimer before we begin, or are
I
we
think
just
I
gonna?
think we're just gonna go just
All
do
right.
okay.
it.
Cheers.
Hello, kitties. Oh my God. Here we are. We're live. We're live here on Fangirl Magazine's YouTube channel.
Woo!
Woo!
Someone's watching us. That's good. Oh,
Oh,
wait, I think it's me. So, hi, kids. Welcome to Fangirl Magazine's Quarantine Queen live stream.
I like
Joining
Quarren Queen.
Quarantine Queen?
Quarren Queen.
Quarantine Queen.
I love a portmanteau.
So, kids, tonight it is Nowal. I'm going to point down here.
Hi.
It is
That's me.
Nowal, and it is Barb. Am I this way?
what's
This
up,
way?
y'all?
Hey, there you go. there's how we truly feel. We'll share.
There we go.
Double. I do the Wolverine.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you couldn't tell, this is truly and well not for kids. There's no like filter at all with us at ever
Mm-mm.
either ever
No.
never
No.
has never
No.
never. um so we are here tonight to share with the rest of the fangirls out there what you are doing to stay alive during this time. Stay sane. She's eating. That's one thing to do. A lot of people are doing that apparently, and drinking. Yeah.
I'm down with the drinking.
I am where I cannot get to alcohol, but
No.
I do have this, which
Ooh.
has been well and truly tempting to down in one gulp.
You know.
But because how much?
I mean, yeah.
70% ethyl alcohol.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. True.
It's a little bit under the same proof as Everclear.
You can dilute it just a little bit. Just
It's
put
true.
enough ice in a glass.
I can keep it. I can keep it for a little longer. But I want to thank everybody. Whoever shows up, great. We love having you here. We're gonna repost this later. So if you missed this, let me, because I actually need to share this out. Hold just a second. That's part one of the thing. It's fun doing Zoom. Zoom's kind of a new thing for us, though it's becoming very popular. And so yeah, we're zooming this, and Zoom allows you, if you didn't know, to incorporate YouTube, which is a really cool way of getting stuff out there and actually interacting with people too. So give me 1 second, and ladies, you can talk amongst yourselves while I do some administration. It's a good word.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a coffee talk situation.
Exactly.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh my god.
Grape nuts. Neither grape nor nuts.
A great what?
I just remember that.
I don't
that
even.
sketch.
I don't even know.
With,
Oh my god!
Mike Myers from SNL. Linda and Coffee Talk.
Coffee talk. Yes,
Yeah.
it's like butter. It's like butter.
Discuss.
So Barb, regale us with your return to the Hellmouth.
Oh my god.
Well, I minister.
It sucks. And tonight I have been blessed with the appearance of the biggest fucking cockroach I've seen in my entire life.
Oh my god, they're mutating. They're being well fed right now, so they're mutating. Oh my god.
I hate it.
Oh my god. I've lived in Florida my entire life and I've not seen one. It's like that big. No shit. And I just I called my husband out here when it made its first appearance to come kill it.
Oh,
and it put itself in a position where neither one of us can reach it.
It's smart.
Yeah. So he just threw something at it and it fell.
Oh, then it remembers.
Yeah.
And now you don't know.
like-
And now you don't know where it is.
And it came back, and then I like whacked. I threw something at it and whacked it off the wall again. Now I don't know where the fuck it is, and I keep looking over in the corner.
Well, now it's going to remember, and it will
it's
find
gonna
you in the
sit there
night.
and wave to me, and it's just like, yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
wait till you
remember
go to
you in the
bed.
It's
night.
gonna be in the corner like. Barb.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
remember when you threw that shoe?
Ex-
I do.
you know. See, we had a
Pepperidge-
huge
Pepperidge
wolf
Farm
spider
remembers.
in here yesterday, so my husband should have left it in here because it could have eaten very well tonight.
That
But-
reminds me of the this has nothing to do with our weekend geek. We haven't really talked like this in ever.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of the night that my husband and I live in Oregon, she lives in Oregon, Barb lives in the hellmouth of Florida right now.
Yay.
He's thrilled.
I have
But
family there.
yeah,
Oh.
Oregon has its own insect thing. Some of them are called earwigs, that if I had known they were here, that if I had known that such a thing existed, I would never have moved here.
Oh my God. I've heard of them. I
No.
don't think I've ever
If
seen
you've
one.
if you've seen Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, you've seen an earwig.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's horrifying because there's a lot of like lilac trees everywhere, so they smell amazing. They're beautiful to look at, but earwigs love to live in them. So it's always a lovely surprise when you're like, let me smell this.
Oh.
Oh God!
Oh no.
Silverfish. Too.
No, the earwig thing. So these are my new headphones. I love these. My old headphones used to be my husband's. They were very expensive, and they lasted like 15 years and then finally just broke in half. But the story about the earwig is my husband had them laying on the floor next to his computer, and he went and put them on. And he's like, ow, what is that? Why is that poking me?
Nope.
What's that poking me?
Nope.
He
Nope.
took it. He took him off. There was a goddamn earwig in the little part right here.
Nope.
And it had been stinging his ear.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, they got like these pincher
They
things.
sting?
Yeah,
Oh.
they've got pinchers, like little scorpion things.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're
Well,
horrible.
Fuck that.
Welcome to
I don't-
Oregon. Come to Oregon.
Yeah. I
There
don't
are
think
earwigs.
I don't think that'll be on our to visit list because
no. But the thing that was funny was the one night that we were in our bedroom and we were watching TV, and all of a sudden I looked up and there was a spider on the on the wall behind the television. I love Nowal's face. It's just conveying everything it needs to. It was up there, and I'm like, oh my God, that thing's fucking huge. And then I looked, and there was another one on the other side, and they saw each other, and their little legs went up. They were like, oh
no.
And they were like this. And my husband and I paused the TV and we watched, and they fought one another. They like ran and then they come back, ran and came back. And we're like,
What?
20 Quatloos on the newcomer. Like
Oh my God.
we were watching these spiders just beat the shit out of each other. And I'm like, I've never seen such a thing in my life. This is new. I have no idea. So it was
Game of Thrones has nothing on that shit.
no, and they were big.
No.
They were not tiny spiders. They were
Oh,
like
man.
at least that big around.
That is too many legs.
Huh.
It's good times.
I don't like spiders. They don't scare me. They just really gross me out. I'm like, unless you're living under the sea, you don't need more than 4 legs.
The sea.
You don't need to propel yourself through anything, which makes sense for like an octopus or a squid. Cephalopods.
Jellyfish.
Have as many legs as you wish. I don't care. I don't have to see you hiding in the corner of my ceiling like some kind of demon.
Hi, how you doing?
I don't go to the ocean for that reason. It's like I don't get in it. There's a video somewhere where the lady's like, that's the shark's house. What do you expect?
The shark's
I'm like, you know what, lady? Yeah, exactly. Don't go into the water because that's where it's their house. And if they eat you, well, it's your own fucking fault.
Exactly.
Same with the woods, except for me, the woods, less about bears, more about hill people.
Hill people are a thing.
They're
legitimate.
I grew up with the hill people.
In Florida, you would.
Well, I grew up in Southern Illinois.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but we had the holler and the crick.
Oh no.
Touche.
With swimming hole.
Yeah, yep. We actually
the
legitimately where I went to school, you had an excuse of days off to go hunting. That was a legitimate. They allowed you to take, like, I think up to 3 days off to go hunting.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Barb, have you ever been to or heard of Waldo, Florida?
I have.
Okay. Have you ever seen a human person? Because
I've seen things that resemble humans, but I wouldn't go so far as to call them humans.
See, that's my worst fear. But also, I've driven through Waldo, Florida. I can't even tell you how many times over a decade plus, because my family lives in they live in Jacksonville. And,
Okay.
We go on trips to like Orlando or whatever.
Right.
Drive through Waldo. Every single, I've never seen a single humanoid shape there.
You have to go to
the flea market.
You have to go to the flea market.
Sunday.
I don't think they've got a Walmart there.
No,
Similar.
It looks like driving through like the beginning of Children of the Corn.
Yes.
the old gas station with the Coke or the Pepsi thing. It's that, and then I don't ever recall seeing anything else.
Oh my God.
Pancakes! God damn it.
I just let my 13-year-old son watch Cabin Fever, and that's all he took away from it was Dennis and the pancakes.
What were you thinking? What else do you think?
Well, he also got to see Zombievers because he just wanted to see the boobs. So, because he's at that stage where everything's like boobs and butts and balls. So I'm like, you're going to see it eventually. Just see it with me and your dad. So he's sitting there and he's like critiquing the boobs. She's got weird ones and oh, what the hell's up with that beaver? And I'm like, oh, it's a zombie beaver. I get it now.
Oh my God.
He's going to be starting his own YouTube channel with his commentary on everything because it's fucking hilarious.
Here for it.
Bring him here to us.
Yes, I totally will. Because oh my God, he's insane. Just no filter, no nothing. He tells it like he sees it and he doesn't give one shit. He's just like, he's
your
up.
kid.
And I'm like,
that's your child.
Gee, I wonder where he got that from.
I raised him right, man. I'm just like, okay, no, it's a good thing I homeschooled him. I'm just God. I can't imagine him in public school right now. My daughter, she's just like,
that was me. I was that kid.
Yeah, it's the best kids always are.
I was not homeschooled. I was the one that kids would come to my house and play for the first time. And then the next time we wanted to hang out and play, I had to go to their house.
My mom won't let me come to your house.
My mom wouldn't let people come to my house, period. I lived in Graceland. My house was Graceland.
Oh, man.
My dad actually made my mom, and I took photos of the house because the house got sold.
Yes.
That's its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my house had a jungle room.
Really?
My old, they've all seen the pictures. My
Yeah.
old house had a jungle room. My mom still has the life-size Coco the gorilla doll. It's life-size. It came with the kitten.
Oh my.
That's amazing.
My dad had made her a wrought iron replica of the gates of Graceland for her front door. So it's Elvis, and she took that with her when she moved.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's now on her duplex that she lives in now. But one whole entire thing was Elvis whiskey decanters. They're all gone now, I think, because she sold everything without telling me. That's its own thing. But they had never been opened. Now I want you to
Really?
think
Shit.
of how smooth that whiskey is, wherever it is, because it has been around for almost as long as I've been alive.
Right.
Yeah. See, I don't drink
Shoot some
whiskey,
of
but I
that with-
would try that.
You decapitate Elvis to drink out of his neck. Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
I would.
God.
My mom
Obviously.
did once. My mom did once. And she's like, it didn't taste bad at all. It didn't burn. I thought it was supposed to burn. It didn't burn. And I'm like,
Smooth.
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the king's blood.
Yeah.
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 I have a friend that, actually, speaking of old beverages, my friend was at his mom's house out in Salem. He's like, hey, I was just going through some stuff and I found these. Would you like them? And he sent me a picture of, actually, let me go grab it. I was like, are you serious?
Oh, mash beer. The mash
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah. From the
That's-
movie.
Oh,
That's-
sweet.
That stuff is worth a lot of money. My aunt and uncle, my ex-uncle had a couple of 6-packs of that, and it's worth a lot of money.
Man, that's
Yeah.
freaking cool.
He was just like, it's really dusty. I wouldn't drink it.
There's no way
Like,
that you would
no.
not take that. Are you insane?
Right?
I was like, are you sure? And he's like, no, it's just been sitting in a closet for like 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it came out during when the TV show was on. And
Right.
I think,
like,
I'm not sure if that was from the TV show or if it was a movie tie-in.
if that movie was back in like way back. So that
Yeah,
would
it's-
probably,
It's elderly beer. I
yeah,
went-
either way, it's like at least
It's
30
really
years
old.
old. It's at least a minimum.
At-
30 years old.
At minimum. But I was like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. So now
Oh my
it's in my office with all my other random
Random
you
crap.
kinda can't-
I've got my thing here. Like I can probably turn this off, but I kind of like looking at Takika Watiti being a lunatic behind me.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Hard
gonna have
to-
to find you a Ghostbusters one, Nowal, so you can have like yeah
Yes, please.
like
you
the
can kind of see it.
yeah.
But the light, it's I've got all my
There's her
Ghostbusters over there.
her altar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So one thing, so we're going to talk about stuff the Week in Geek, kind of. We're going to talk about shit that's getting us through this, because I think everybody needs to hear what we're doing to keep sane, other than food, edibles, booze, and just basically hatred of humanity at this point is sustaining us, I think. I know
Do
it
we
does
really-
me.
More than that to get us through?
I know that Barb has a theme picked out. I don't know if Nowal has a theme picked out. I'm gonna let Barb go first, because I know she's had a rough day and she needs to dwell upon what she's got that's keeping her going.
I have got like a 60-year-old lady's itinerary of shit I've been watching, but and by the way, I just turned 46 this past Saturday, so now my age is catching up with me. Yes, I'm
Happy
still alive.
birthday.
Thank you. My birthday sucked, by the way, thanks to this shit that's going on.
I'm just waiting
But-
for I'm turning 45 in June, and I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be so much fucking fun.
Hopefully you'll have a good one. Mine, I'm just like,
Yeah.
really, I've been alive this long for this. So I'm like, awesome. But Tom Hardy, surprise, has started his deal with Sabibi's back this week, and I think it's for the entire week that he will be reading a bedtime story. And you know,
Nowal is all of us.
and
Hello.
the best part about it is that you don't have to wait until you're tired to watch, because everybody's posting them as soon as they air on Instagram and on YouTube. So you can watch them like all day long until you get tired, and then he can put you to
wouldn't you?
bed. So it's like,
Tired.
okay.
Tired.
Yeah, tired. As in, my husband's like, yeah, I'm tired of hearing this shit. Get your ass to bed. Go do whatever the fuck you want with it now.
Turn whatever that is off.
Yeah, he's like, I heard it one time. I'm good. Thanks. And then yesterday, Tom Holland You know, because all these guys with like the same initials, TH from like the
They're all
UK.
British too.
And
which
yeah,
helps.
they're it's a wonderful thing. Even my daughters discovered the wonderful thing that is Tom Hiddleston. So she's all about him now.
All
So
girls should.
yeah. So he did some are saying it was drunken because he
Well, is this
they're,
the, is
they're
this the
cards.
it's not Hiddleston. She's talking about Tom. What's Peter Parker?
Holland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He actually did. Did you see the video that he was talking about this on? It wasn't. Oh no, it was Jimmy, not Kimmel. Yeah, it was Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, Kimmel.
And he showed that all they've been doing is getting drunk the entire quarantine.
Off of Ryan Reynolds' aviation gin.
He sent him a
Ryan
case.
Reynolds is corrupting him.
Deadpool's corrupting Spider-Man. There's a porn in there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I need tickets.
That already exists. That has to be out on the internet.
It's canon.
Oh my
it's
god,
canon. It's totally canon.
I mean,
but yeah, it was entertaining because I don't think he noticed like the first few questions. He was like so serious about it, but he had the answers on the back of the cards, and everybody's like, "Tom, the answers are on the back of the cards." And he's like, "What, whatever," because he was like all.
He was dressed up like Rihanna.
Oh, no, he was like so confused by like the whole going live thing, and it was adorable.
It was precious. I watched some of it.
I was just like, oh my god. So
I had to make sure that he was over 18 because I felt weird about thinking he was attractive, and then I was like, oh no, he's fine.
Daniel Radcliffe is my hell. That Daniel Radcliffe is going to be the reason I went to hell. I'm going to hell because of Daniel Radcliffe, because I knew back when I saw the first Harry Potter, I'm like, he looks like a baby David Tennant.
Oh yeah.
No, Jessica, no. And then he turned into a little David Tennant, and then there was Equus, and then I was doomed. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. It was not okay. But it was so cute watching him on that the Jimmy Kimmel when he was talking to Jimmy Kimmel's kid, and he went into Peter Parker voice for like and he pretended to be the real Spider-Man for Jimmy Kimmel's like 3-year-old kid. And then at the end he screwed up because he went Cockney again. The kid didn't notice because the kid was like, Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like 3. He's like,
I mean, I would have done the exact same thing. I'm like, oh my god, what are you saying to me? It doesn't matter.
I don't care. Well, this
I'm just focusing very hard on not getting arrested right now.
You wouldn't care.
Dirty old lady syndrome.
I'll just be like, take it for the team. I don't give a shit.
I'm like, you know what? At least I got a good story.
Just do it. There we go.
Yeah.
But then I would turn around and be like, Tom Holland.
Yeah, got my digits. I was going to say, you reminded me of what I discovered is on Hulu right now, because I'm on this whole John Bernthal kick because I finished The Punisher. I held out as long as I could to not finish it because I didn't want it to be done. And oh God, him crying. Anytime John Bernthal cries, it wounds me.
That's he's one of those people that, like, if they start crying, I probably will at least tear up.
Oh God, no, because he's big and strong,
good.
And give babies, provide for me and the babies, go chop some wood and protect us. That's your job, John Bernthal. Sorry, but anyway, that's what that pheromone, that smell, the yummy, I don't know what it was and still don't, and my God, I'm glad I don't because I drink it. That that's what that means. That's what that was. Anyway,
yeah, that's fair.
He is in a film called Pilgrimage on Hulu that you can watch right now with Tom Holland. And John Bernthal plays a mute crusader knight who kicks ass in the name of God, and he fights Richard Armitage and protects little Tom Holland.
Well, I need to watch this.
What do you need more?
Did you wish really hard?
I knew you were going to say that. Don't you dare. Navy. Maybe I did. But yeah, so Pilgrimage is on Hulu right now. So what's funny, I've only just started it because I'm like, I have to savor this because I no longer have any Punisher left. The trailer is in English. But so far, the entire dialogue, so far it's been Tom Holland and because Bernthal's mute, he just stands there and looks pretty, is in French, I think, maybe. And it's set in like the early, like 177 AD or 700 AD. It's like medieval times. The Crusades are going on, and Armitage is all in chainmail and has a sword.
That works.
I mean, come on, ladies. This is our time right now to enjoy this.
Our time.
Our time.
Down here.
So on top of that, we're going to talk about men for a moment because the guys get to talk about women and the women get to talk about women and guys. We're going to talk about guys. So right now on YouTube, if you have not seen it yet, it is only for 1 week that you're going to have Cumberbatch in the Frankenstein monster role. Next week it flips the script and Johnny Lee Miller is going to be in the Frankenstein monster role. But right now on YouTube for free is the thing that I paid $20 a ticket for when it came out in theaters, which is the Frankenstein play where Benedict Cumberbatch and Johnny Lee Miller switch up from who is Dr. Frankenstein, who is the creature. It is a beautiful, beautiful stage play. And Danny Boyle did it, the guy that did Slumdog Millionaire. It is very graphic. It is amazing. Benedict Cumberbatch, I've only seen him in the monster role because that's all I've gotten to see, is amazing. There is full on the rape scene from the book is in there where he attacks Elizabeth and kills her, and it is just insane. The stage play production is amazing, and what they're doing, National Theater is doing this for 2 weeks. 1 week is going to be Cumberbatch, 1 week is Miller. They flip, and you can donate to National Theater. It's on YouTube. You can stream it. Today was the premiere of it, and it is quite possibly, and I've seen a lot of them, it's probably one of the best Frankenstein adaptations I have ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And I can't give more praise than that because I've seen Christopher Lee, I've seen Luke Goss, I've seen all of them. And this is such a neat concept because Frankenstein isn't the monster.
Right.
And he's the monster. It's not the monster who's the monster. Frankenstein was. And they are both intricately woven together forever, and that's what this conveys is Frankenstein is always going to be pursuing or being pursued by his obsession, and it's brilliant and it's so pretty and well done. So definitely check that out on YouTube. Look up National Theater Live, and you can stream it. It's kind of like what Andrew Lloyd Webber is doing with all of his musicals right now, other than Cats. I think I noticed. Can't imagine why. But yeah, so check that out for sure. Now let's talk about Bruce Campbell being hot as shit.
Oh my God. I saw that crap yesterday and I was just like, are you serious? I was like,
what
damn.
is there to say? What else is there to say? You just gotta look at the picture.
Exactly.
Like, well,
you just stare.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and screen share this, kids, because we need to show those at home. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Let's see, share.
Let's see if there it is.
There it is. Okay, so let's see if it lets me do this. Let's see here. We're gonna go boop, and then we're gonna go Twitter, and then we're gonna go Bruce Campbell. Of course, there he is. And let's just, what the hell he's been post. Oh, what is that? We're gonna look at that though. Let's look at this. I'm just,
I have no words. It's just
all I look at this is I see Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nowal broke. We broke Nowal.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm coming back. I'm just getting more wine.
No one can see that she just disappeared from view. She just completely disappeared on us.
Well, my screen paused. It like froze. So I was like, okay, well.
It's funny because like Bruce is judging you right now.
He's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Really?
You really? What you doing?
How dare you? But also don't.
So anyway, I found it funny. This got picked up by all like the bear sites and bear Twitter feeds, and like, well, it looks like Bruce Campbell decided to take the quarantine and become a bear daddy. And I'm like, yeah. So my thing was, and I was posting this, is like I was like, if Bruce Campbell and Stephen Lang, I want to take a minute here and look. I want you to look at this. Look at this. I mean, can you imagine that pairing up with Bruce Campbell on a Western? I mean,
I can.
I am right now, and I kind of need to take a moment off screen.
I was gonna say, are you okay?
I'm not.
No.
I mean, look at look at the arms. He could be my grandpa, and I don't care.
Oh my god.
I mean, like for real though. I like. Let's see. How old is?
Yeah. How old is he?
Lang. He's 67.
Wow.
And he looks like that. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
I don't even look that good at 30 whatever I am. How old am I? 34.
34. I all I know is I'm halfway to dead in 2 months. So I'm me and Barb we're
oh my god.
Yeah. So
I'm already digging the grave.
I'm going to talk about somebody else that is of the elder position, but I don't care because he still looks fucking good. Is Joe Bob Briggs returned on Friday? It's our boy, and he came back with Chris Jericho and Blood-Sucking Freaks, which is the most horrible thing that I've watched in a very long time. Like bad. So I don't know. Oh, look at him there. That's a close up here. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, the little baby. He's a little baby. Oh, look at the hands.
He's a baby. Oh, my dog got really excited for a second because I call him a baby. Oh, and I was like, oh, he's a baby, and he looks up like, yes.
But I'm really excited because not only have we missed Joe Bob, but the one thing that this show does, and this lady right here is part of that. Keep having to click these things. God knows what's going to happen if I click on one. Like is Darcy keeps everybody involved and tweeting and talking and everything, and it's great to that was the big thing that a lot of people took away from it when it came back on, was everybody congregated. We broke Twitter again, and it was fantastic because you had the mutant family all talking, and it was like a big online get together. And it's great because everybody's tweeting about the movie and Chris Jericho being crazy and doing like a musical rock number at the end called Blood-Sucking Freaks, because that's what he does. And it was fantastic. So this week they've announced who their special guest is, and yet again it is another guy who looks freaking amazing for his age. Nice. And that is Mr. Tom Savini.
Hell yeah.
Look, here's his 73rd birthday picture that he took. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Fuck it.
They just like to rub it in.
They do.
It's like we're old as shit, but we still look fucking hot.
Yeah, it's not
sorry
fair.
for you.
Yeah, so look at there's this. He loves posting the same photo image too.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go? it went away. But like here's 60 and here's 72. And he looks better now.
Yeah, seriously.
So you tell me how that works. But
Black
yeah,
magic?
he's truth. Now, another thing, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to move us over here. We're floating around. If you haven't seen this, this is on Shudder, and it is fantastic. It's the story of his life. And it goes into, it's like one of the most honest documentaries I've ever seen. It's super, super good. And it talks about his time in Vietnam. It talks about how he got into special effects, how he started really with magic as a kid. Talks about his family, how there's this just heartbreaking part about his brother who passed away. And it's fantastic. And you also get to see his crazy ass house in it, which is this. This is one room in his house.
Yeah.
And this is a bus that actually one of the students at his school made.
Oh, wow. And
look at those. But yeah, he's got one whole part of his house. This is his workroom. He's got there's Pumpkinhead. It shows the tour. You get to meet his kids, his wife, and it's just a really great documentary. I really, really enjoyed it. That's on Shudder right now, so it's something else you can watch on there while you're waiting for Joe Bob to come back on Friday. The other thing that's on there that's super good is Cursed Films. And I want to show you guys a little bit about that. And Nowal, if you know about it, talk, please.
I do. Well, I know about Cursed Films. I haven't watched it yet, but a bunch of people were sending me links and stuff to it because I did an episode and a half on the Curse of Poltergeist on Ghosts and Hoes.
Nice.
Yeah, and I talked about it a little bit when I did my Halloween episode, and I talked about I can't remember his name now, but he was the son of Mercedes McCambridge that played the voice of Pazuzu. Her son actually killed his family.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
After the movie, after The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But yeah, so there's also the Exorcist Curse. And so I talked about it a little bit on Ghosts and Hoes and then talked about that specifically. But yeah, movie curses have always been super interesting to me. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to check out. But yeah, there's so many. And when I was doing research for the Poltergeist episode that I did, it was just, and I'd seen I think it was like E! True Hollywood Story or something many years ago about the Curse of Poltergeist. But I mean, just all of that movie alone, all of the terrible things that happened.
That is, God, I cannot watch that movie.
No,
no.
And I just found out because it's been one of my favorite horror movies forever. The second one, and then the first, and then the third. But I just did an episode about the Enfield Poltergeist and found out that the movie Poltergeist was actually deeply influenced by the Enfield haunting.
Oh yeah. No, you want to know something crazy?
Always.
And I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. We're back. Haha. So the one thing that one of the coolest things I've ever done, but also one of the most unnerving, was I got to go on the set of The Conjuring 2, and I got to pull on Patrick Wilson's sideburns. He let me.
Rotten.
That's a perk.
that wasn't the thing I was going to talk about, but he had to make proof that they were real because he's like, I grew these.
Oh, Patrick Wilson, I just have to show you this really quick. Because The Conjuring, some of my favorite modern horror films.
Oh yeah.
And as a paranormal investigator, I am firmly in Camp Warren. I love them. I don't even care. So when I moved, I created this wall, and I don't know how to turn this around on here. Can I do it? How do I don't know. I did it. I figured it out. So, this is a wall in my kitchen. That's Ed and Lorraine and their daughter when she was a baby. And then I got this. That I found at an antique store and was like, yeah, okay, give me that right now.
Nice.
This is from an old Connecticut magazine, which is this. And then, of course, because it's the one case that haunts me, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and literally, we've got the Amityville house.
No,
and
nice.
And then this fucking picture from
Amityville.
Oh,
fuck that picture.
Yeah, that's one of the, like, every paranormal investigator has one big case, one big haunting or whatever that's like their jam. That's like bucket list everything. Amityville is mine.
Right.
And I just throughout life, many things have been like just randomly like, hey, here's another random connection that you have to Amityville, even though you're not from the East Coast and you've been there 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Like deep personal connections. It's very weird.
Well, this is the thing. So they recreated the Amityville house in the house that I got to go through on the set.
Yeah.
So while they were filming that, so the day that we were on set was the day they were doing the seance at the Amityville house in the movie.
Oh, nice.
So I got to watch them film that scene where Lorraine goes in where she goes into the trance and walks around oh my God, she's got one. Oh, you're so wrong. I'm not even going to tell you I got to hold Annabelle.
Oh, dude.
Not the real one, but the fake one that they made for the movie. And she's almost as tall as Nowal is.
Shit.
They're like really big. But what we got to do was we got to go through that area of where they recreated the house, and they made it so you don't get to see it. It's not very long in Conjuring 2. That whole scene is very short. But the detail that they went into for that shot, and the bedrooms, the blood that's on the walls and everything, they recreated all of the family portraits with and they were there, and like the stuff on the desks were time accurate.
Yeah.
So amazing.
I appreciate that scene more than I think any scene in any other movie, being so familiar with the cases, both the DeFeo and the Lutz family hauntings. But just that I saw it in the theater. I don't remember who I was with, but the movie started and you see the windows eventually, and I'm like, like I literally grabbed and squeezed. It might not have even been the person I went to see it with, to be honest, because I was that excited. So I was like, oh, I can't, like gleefully insane in the theater. I was just, because I watched The Conjuring 1 and 2 when I was sick last week with kidney stones. Don't recommend it.
Ouch.
Yeah, and so I was watching it and I was looking up the third, like information about the third Conjuring movie, because I knew it was one of the other cases that we'd covered on my podcast already. And oh boy, oh no.
See, she's talking about possession. This is what happened.
It's coming out for you.
It's the wine.
No, I've never used Zoom before. Well,
you're
this
doing
is actually
quite well.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's the second time today out of ever. Both times I've used Zoom have been in the same day. But I was just reading about it, and I was like, I just want to look at the cast list and see who's going to be playing these people that I've already learned about and all this stuff. And I went down to the bottom, like very bottom credits, and literally yelled out loud in my room to no one, because I live alone. But I got so excited that I don't know how they're going to work it in, but there is a nod to another Warren's case by one of the characters that's going to show up somehow. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how.
I really want him to do the werewolf case.
There's going to be a cameo. Yeah, it's
oh my god.
I was so excited because I did that case on Ghost and Hose, the South End Werewolf, and I was looking because I thought that was going to be the third one, was the South End Werewolf. And then they're like, no, it's going to be the Devil Made Me Do It trial. I'm like, okay, well, that is a pretty fucked up case, which we have also covered. And it's going to be really good because it's not about a haunted house. So it's different.
Yeah.
But James Wan said, I believe sometime either during or after the second movie, that he really wanted it to be a werewolf movie. And so, well, this third one isn't. Somehow they're going to get that in there.
See, and every time I've gone on set for these things, because I actually have when I went on I've been on the Conjuring 2, and then I got Annabelle 2, and both times I'm like, when are you going to do the werewolf? Like, I was talking to the producers, and every time I'm like, so when you gotta do a werewolf?
Maybe 2022.
Well, you gotta do the werewolf like every goddamn time. It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, anybody involved in the making of that, if you need a guy, I know a guy who's very familiar with the South End Werewolf. If you need a researcher, a fact checker, I'll work for
an extra, a victim.
Do you need someone to write it? Do you also need a makeup artist and actor? I can do it all at one low price of call me.
Exactly. So yeah, we are, if you hadn't noticed, we go off on tangents.
I haven't noticed at
a little bit. And I have thought of a fun game. What is your background on your computer right now? What is your wallpaper?
It's boring. It just reset itself to the factory.
Oh God.
It's just a mountain or a
Barb, what do you got? Is it Tom Hardy?
Do you even really need to ask? It is Tom Hardy. It's shirtless Tom Hardy.
Oh,
I'm not ashamed.
I'm just gonna share mine. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Will it let me do it? I swear, screen share. Oh, you can share yours. I can make it where you can share yours if you really want to.
Bill Ramsey. I'm sorry, it was driving me insane. I couldn't remember the South End Werewolf's last name.
There we go.
Bill Ramsey.
There we go. Right there. This is my background. Oh, my screen sharing is paused. Why?
I don't know.
Zoom share. There we go. Yeah. This is my background. Surprise.
I still can't see it.
Oh, why? Resume.
I don't know.
Is it that? It's not. Maybe it doesn't let you do that. That's funny. Anyway. Oh, wait. The wall disappeared again.
I'm still here. I'm just touching things, and I really shouldn't be.
Oh my God.
Like, stop. Stop touching your phone and trying to help, because you're not. You're just not.
Oh my God. So the other thing that's helping keep me sane right now is going on. I should get kickback from this place because I talk about it all the time. There's a website called gameflip.com, and gameflip.com doesn't just sell game codes and physical media games and things like that. They also sell digital movie codes that people are dumping for nothing. So I got Shauna, they're for Vudu movies anywhere. Some of them are for iTunes, that kind of thing. But I typically use it for Vudu because Vudu is shared by Movies Anywhere. You can basically do whatever with it. And they've got like an insane library on there. But anyway, I spent $10 and got all the Mummy movies.
Okay.
I got Shaun of the Dead because I didn't have it digitally. And what else did I get? Was new stuff. Like they have the new stuff. Like you can get Bloodshot on there for $1.25. You can get Zombieland 2 for $2. You can get literally oh, that's it. I got Sonic the Hedgehog, the new movie, for $2. I got so you can get all of these on there. And so last night I bought the entire Salem's Lot for $5.
Oh wow.
The original, not the Rob Lowe crap. I got the original Toby Hooper full length 183-minute long Salem's Lot for $5.
Right on.
And you can go on there now. It's gameflip.com. They do specials where they'll give you like $2 of credit that you can use towards anything. But it's crazy. Like I got the Narcos game for my Nintendo Switch for $14, and it's $50 if you go buy it at the store right now.
Oh damn.
So
that's cool.
It's a really great site if you're like me and you just like games and movies and that's what keeps you kind of going. And you'd like to have digital media, that way you don't have to dig through your vault of videos like I've got back here.
I do here a lot. Like I technically have my own personal video store.
Taking your blood. I do have my own. And the other thing is YouTube videos. I am finding myself falling down weird, very specific YouTube holes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know the one that I find oddly fascinating? It's not like some weird like sex thing. It's I've discovered this whole subset of people that collect army rations.
Yes.
Is it not just me? Is it you too?
I've heard of these things, and I've seen people talking about them.
Barb's like, what the fuck is wrong with these?
I have not watched any yet.
No, I started watching them because it's crazy. Like they buy them and they collect them and then they eat them.
Yeah.
If they're
it's
because
weird. It's like they're not good.
No,
but there's this whole thing. So like the one, this is such a weird tangent, but I don't care. No, we're whatevs. We're I don't care. There's this one guy that I was watching, and he had one from South Korea that had like shrimp, this shrimp thing in it, and they cooked it, and they cook it in front of you, and they use their own like our military type equipment that you would have out on the field with you, and they cook it and then they eat it, and it's weirdly fascinating because
I could see that.
Yeah, because you're watching it and it's like, this is stuff from that same region. They have no fucking idea what's in it because they can't read Korean, and they go ahead and drink it and eat it. And I'm watching this guy and I'm like, don't eat that, because the rice thing was open and the rice had fell out into the bag and he ate it anyway.
No.
Yeah. But this is a thing. I had no idea this was like a hobby.
I'm only aware of it because Chrissy Teigen posted something about it on Twitter. She's been doing the same thing, like watching videos. Yeah.
Oh.
She was like, I don't know how I got here.
I was going to say, she's eating rice that she doesn't know where it's.
No, it's not her doing it. Some dude.
She actually asked for people to like send her some if they had any that they weren't using, and so people sent her these MREs, and she was like, I love to eat anything, and I can tell you right now that this was bad.
See, but the thing
terrible.
Is, the MREs, like if it's like those protein bar things, that's not what these guys are eating.
No, this one, that I think the one that she got, they're like, you can buy them at like Dick's Sporting Goods and stuff for like camping.
Yeah.
Usually it's like you boil it in a bag.
See, these are still even more advanced than that. Like they are crazy, like elaborate. And it's bananas. And like they're really proud of how much weight they can pack into the thing, like what content they can put in there, because they have to carry it. And it's really weirdly fascinating. Like it's like watching Locked Up. Like the prison shows, like you start getting, you're like, and then all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. and you're like,
how did I get here? Speaking of prison foods and having time to waste, I've seen so many people making like a prison burrito now, like on YouTube, TikTok, my Twitter. But it's like, you take ramen noodles, and this one had like Doritos in it, and just look up prison burrito on the internet and you'll probably see it. It's nuts. But what did you either of you ever watch the show Worst Cooks in America?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've watched every of it that exists on Hulu right now, all of it. And because I am me, I was looking up the cute guy from one of the seasons. I'm like, I wonder what he's up to. Turns out, but he had it. No. He just made the prison burrito on his YouTube channel. I was like, oh, honey, are you okay? I have hypertension watching this. Are you safe?
Yeah,
are you good? Are you fine?
There's one that I've gotten into too. It's just bizarre, the stuff that you find, just because YouTube starts saying, oh, well, if you think this is fun, you've watched 5 of these military ration things. Well, here, try this. And I found this guy. It's called the Wolf Pack or the Wolf Club or something like that. Okay. And he reviews. And he does these really cool videos where it's like, you got $7, I can feed a family of 8. Here you go. And he does these crazy like cooking videos where he finds this cheap food, but it's like you can make a family of 8's dinner for $7, but he'll go to Dollar Tree and buy like the weird shit, like the Dollar Tree version of Spam, or the Dollar Tree lobster roll, which was a thing that they bought. I haven't watched that one yet, but then he also bought he bought the hamburger in a can.
Ew.
Yes, I've seen a lady do that. She bought 2 different ones. One was like the fancy like Angus beef or whatever. The other one was just a regular hamburger. Right. She's
whatever, it's in a can.
Number one, they looked horrifying.
Oh God, they're gross. Cause this guy, people actually message him and say, you're going to die if you keep doing these videos. And he's like, you know what? I know what I'm eating. I know what I can do. You're worrying too much. But he actually went through and ate every version of Spam that there was. And
no.
Yeah. And there's a lot of versions of Spam.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a recipe to make Spam chip cookies.
Ew.
Yeah. And there's
I don't want it, but I need you to explain.
Here, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if it'll let me do this.
In the actual fuck?
Can you see the screen? Is it working now? Is it working?
It's there it is.
Yeah, okay. Spam chip. See? Spam chocolate chip cookies. It's a thing.
No.
It's a thing. Oh, what are we eating? That's the name of the Wolf Pit. This is the guy.
Oh, okay. I don't want that.
There they are. Oh God, Spam and peanut butter cookies. This is apparently a thing.
It needs to not
exactly
be.
I understand.
Like I enjoy Spam on occasion, like a good Spam musubi. Into it. Fuck you and your Spam out of my cookies. That's no.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No.
I can live the rest of my natural life without ever consuming any of that shit.
Ever. Yeah, no.
Like I said, once in a while in a good Spam musubi, into it. But if you're gonna come at me with a Spam and chocolate chip cookie, I cannot be held responsible for what my hands do.
No.
You gonna catch them. You gonna catch these hands if you come at me with a fucking Spam and chocolate chip cookie. I will. I
want to know who had that. What kind of person thought that was an okay thing to make?
The devil.
Probably.
I agree.
I can't think of anybody else.
The devil made you cook it. There you go.
Yes.
I can't
That's the
even
next
think
Conjuring
of a
movie.
like a kid coming up with that, and kids are nasty. They come up with some nasty shit. But
That's not wrong.
I couldn't think of even like the tiniest of kid seeing a can of Spam be like, "Mommy, put this with chocolate chip, make cookie." No, that's not anything.
It had to have been.
That's the
In
thing
my
that should
head,
not be.
no, it could only be one of two things. Someone started it as a joke,
Yeah.
or somebody got real fucking high and was like, let's see what happens.
Right.
That's it.
There is no C. There's A and B. It's one of those two things. Or, okay, I lied. C, the devil.
So, on another wonderful taste note, I think we're going to wrap this up because we've been on for almost an hour, and I know all these ladies are probably Nowal's drinking, and Barb is on another toast.
Tired, dude. I'm like,
So one thing, I'm going to end this on anger. I'm going to end it on anger.
Uh-oh.
Doctor Who.
Uh-oh.
Doctor Who. I don't know. I know Nowal. Barb probably gives no fucks, but I know Nowal does, and I don't know if you heard what happened this week and what they did to our doctor. Not now. It's 10. I'm talking about 10. Our boy.
Okay.
So because we have to retrocon everything and make it all about 13, Dr. Karen, as a lot of people are now calling her because of the PC police. Dr. Karen.
That's amazing.
Dr. Karen.
I removed myself that far away, so I didn't know.
You are going to scream when you hear this. You're going to just punch something. So Paul Cornell, who wrote one of the best David Tennants, which was Family of Blood and Human Nature, retconned it. He retconned it with a 13 story that he had the gal that I think she plays Bernice Summerfeld read it. This is during one of the viewing parties over the weekend that the BBC has decided, oh no, you guys want the older stuff, the stuff that was before our precious Dr. Karen. Well, we're going to ruin that for you. How dare you? We're going to put Dr. Karen in there. So they retconned Family of Blood. Now, Barb, this will tickle your horror bone because Family of Blood ends with the revenge of the doctor. Like it's the payback because these group has killed people and has killed lots of people. They're a family of aliens that have killed lots of people, and they've stolen the bodies of these people they've killed. One of them's a little girl, one's a disturbingly weirdly cute Anthony Perkins-esque young man. And then there's the father and the mother, and the doctor takes them all out in horrible ways that are very sci-fi, but the little girl he takes out in a way that's really creepy and beautifully done. And mind you, they're all evil aliens. They're not little human girl. They're not, so he puts her in every mirror. So every time you're looking in a mirror and you think you see something, looking over a corner, it's her, because she's in every mirror now, trapped forever.
Oh, wow.
So that's how he gets rid of her.
Okay.
So this retcon, just wait. So they retcon the story to where 13 feels bad for all the evil rage that her male personage did. So she goes and frees the little girl from the mirror and takes her hand and leads her out. I've done some bad things and I'm making up for them. I should never have done this to you, kind of bullshit. Even though this was an evil alien that killed people, including this little girl, because she needed her body. But
Okay.
13, aka Dr. Karen, freed her because she was a little girl and she did bad things because she had a penis at one time. There you go. That happened in Doctor Who this week. Thoughts? Just wait. They're coming to Matt Smith next.
Oh God. Just the way you're describing.
He's next. He's next, Nowal. He's
Didn't
next.
I just say devil will catch these hands?
It's coming. You better be ready.
I need them to not just do that. But that also makes me, it's like if it was that heinous and was this an actual episode or was it like
this was
audio?
canon that they did special for the watch along that the BBC has produced. That was a slightly animated red released by the BBC retcon.
So if they took that episode,
which by the way wasn't the original version, it was a redo of a Sylvester McCoy book that was written,
which is amazing. But if this is what they're doing, so that's the episode they take for Matt Smith. David Tennant. What are they going to take for Matt Smith? Like, what heart-wrenching episode will they take and fuck? And
it's
even
probably
worse than that, what are they going to do with Capaldi?
They can't do any more than with Capaldi. They fucked him as they could anyway.
You say this today, but they're going to be like, oh, bet. But no, like what? There were so many powerful episodes for all three of those doctors, but like for each one, if I had
Doctor's wife.
Have they already tried to do anything with River?
Not yet.
Which makes me feel like, yeah, that could very well be.
But that's Moffat. Moffat might not let him touch her. But then again, he's jumped on the bandwagon. I don't know. It's funny. You know who is not jumping on the bandwagon, who is throwing shade and everything, is Russell Davies.
I was just going to say, is it my good old RT? Is it RTD?
It's RTD is not loving it. He's like, he when they did the watch party for, this was brilliant fuck youism. When they did the watch party for the 50th anniversary, Russell Davies tweeted, now, you know, this would lose some of its appeal if it was like 527 doctors showing up at one time.
A little salty.
Yeah, Barb is like, what the fuck are they talking about? Just know that they have pissed all over everything. Her entire arm. Oh, she sacrificed for this show that they have just pissed all over. Like her arm is, and her back. Some of her back too.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. See.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
But see, here's the thing. I just ignore it.
I've decided that Doctor Who died when Capaldi went boom.
Yeah,
that's basically how I'm looking at it.
I literally have not. The only thing I've seen of 13 is just random clips on the internet, and also when they announced who the new Doctor was. I was mad then because I don't think she is a fantastic actress, and she annoyed me in Broadchurch. I was annoyed by her, so I was like, oh.
And basically, all she's doing is a David Tennant impression, a very bad one.
That is what I've heard.
And I even tried. I gave her.
You did. I gave her proud of you.
3 episodes, and I watched her run around going. That's basically it. And going, that is what she does. And then the sonic screwdriver has become even more of a magic wand. and it looks like a jackrabbit, which someone in props had to have done on purpose. I really had to. I mean, seriously had to. And then they fucked up the TARDIS interior, so it looks like, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be.
I haven't seen it.
It's
so I don't know.
ugly as shit.
I've heard
Who is the
terrible things
actress
all across.
that's playing the new Doctor?
Have you seen Broadchurch?
No, I've heard of it, but I've not watched it.
Her name is
plays
Jodie
the mom.
Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker, and she's just not good. And
has she been in anything else prior, or
not really? I mean,
okay.
I mean, those are the only things I would. That's the only thing I can think
that
of.
You probably know that would be it. And the thing with Broadchurch is you watch it for David Tennant and what's her name?
Olivia Colman.
Yeah, Olivia Colman. That's what you watch it for. You don't watch it for Jodie Whittaker and her cry face, which is basically the entire show.
Shrieking harpy.
That's basically her doctor too. And the whole show has been turned into the PC parade. It's forced inclusivity. It's forced PC. They've made the doctor so horrid. Like you're already on an uphill climb when you take a show that's been around for 50 some odd years and you cut the dick off the main character to make it a woman just because you want to.
Right.
Just because you want to. And then you got to really take care with the character. Then you got to make this a character people are going to, people that have been with the show for this care about. You got to make them epitomize this character instead of making them completely different than anything that came before. And instead what they've done is they've turned it into old white men bad.
Oh.
And so they have a character named Graham, who's probably the best character that they've got in the series, who's leaving, by the way, because he can't take it anymore. Okay. And his character is an ex-cancer patient who met his wife, who was already had a son by another guy, and they became a mixed race couple, and she dies.
Okay.
And she was a great character. Graham and his stepson, who has this hatred of him or not dislike because old white man bad. They go travel with the doctor and Yaz, who's like the biggest brick of anything I've ever seen. She's like a piece of wood. Anyway, they go off with the doctor. They're her fam. And at one point this last season, and I watched the scene and I was just like, that Graham confides in the doctor during a time alone that he's scared because he thinks his cancer is coming back. He's very he's scared. He's talking to the doctor, who's called the doctor, and is supposed to be this bastion of kindness and consideration and concern. And she looks at him like, I'm supposed to say something right now, calming and to help you, right? I'm still sort of socially awkward. I'm going to walk over here now.
Okay.
She actually says that.
My God.
Because old white man, bad. We don't care that you are scared of your cancer coming back.
Well,
I'm imagining that scene with each previous doctor, like Eccleston, Tennant, Smith, Capaldi. Like, had that scene been done with any of them?
Even Capaldi, even if he was still his sort of a dick, he still care.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the brilliant things about Peter Capaldi as an actor and the doctor, because I'm not convinced they're two different things. But just the way that he reacts to these lines and these situations that are entirely fictional, that's the mark of a good actor and a good doctor. They make you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And that and that's just not something that Jodie has.
Even Matt Smith, when he started, they were kind of making him be a Tennant clone. And then he finally found himself. And able to show that gravitas. He's like,
Yeah,
no,
and even
yeah,
early days of
yeah.
Matt Smith when he was tenant adjacent,
He
I
gave good
felt like,
glare. He gave good glare like that. You
but
could see it.
it made sense. Like, and the way looking back on it now, it's kind of like how he kind of was letting go of that doctor and then being like, oh well, this is who I am, this
Yeah.
face is who I am now,
Yeah.
and becoming more his own doctor. So that's kind of like, it wasn't an actor's choice, I'm 99% sure, it just kind of happened. Like,
Yeah.
that was the lines, and then he became more comfortable with himself in that role,
Right.
and it just made it seem like a really natural thing. But with Jodie's, it's never felt natural. It's felt forced from the beginning.
Everything is.
The casting alone felt forced. Her performance, from everything, like every clip I've seen, it just all feels very forced. And that's not like every other incarnation of the Doctor, all of them have never had to force it.
Right.
Well, part of that too is even with Matt Smith, who hadn't known much about Doctor Who prior, you had Peter Capaldi, who brought so much of himself and his fandom and love of the show into it. And the same with David Tennant. Yeah. And then Eccleston had to sell it because he was the first one to return it. And now he's finally getting his due.
He is. And that you never skip 9.
No, we wouldn't have 10, 11, and 12. I'm not including anybody else. We're mean bitches and we don't care. We don't care. Well, guys, this was so much fun. We need to do this again. And thank you for helping me get through yet another day of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I'm not going to lie. I've been in a dark spot for a while. So ever since not ever since it began, but as it's gone on, I'm just trying to get through one day and into another. So
it's hard for you because you've got kids.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with them and their fear.
Exactly. And they can't be social and they're missing their friends, and it's we hate it. We are looking forward to going somewhere else, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So for now, we're just like trying to make the best of it. And it's not the easiest thing to do right now. So hopefully,
because you're in Florida.
Lucky us. Fucking hate this place.
Florida.
Well, we weren't happy to have to come back in the first place.
Oh yeah,
and then back here. Yeah, but I'm just like, okay, what have we done to piss the fucking universe off? Because we've done something. And we shouldn't have to be suffering the way we are right now. But I think things hopefully will work out soon.
Well, the good news is it sounds like they're working on it sounds like they've come closer to some sort of vaccine or treatment.
Yeah.
Because they do have a bunch of stuff in the works and they're definitely motivated to get it the hell done.
I hope so.
But yeah, there's a lot of news that I've been like New Zealand, for example, has gotten rid of it. Like they have they had one new case in one day. The entire country.
Damn.
So okay. Yeah, and so they're also doing all the antibody stuff too. So there's good stuff on the horizon, but the thing is, people need to realize that this is going to change everything.
Yeah.
Like convention.
Absolutely.
That's the thing that right now is affecting a lot of my friends and a lot of businesses is conventions are nada right now. There's no conventions. There's Disneyland and Disney World are going to be closed until next year.
Yeah.
I mean, how big?
That's crazy.
I think, the people in Washington kind of need to take that as a clue when the biggest conglomerate, mega entertainment family, we are all about money, bring money, Disney is like, no, we're going to not be open until next year.
That's a huge sign.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've lived in Florida my entire life and Disney has never closed.
Nope.
So yeah, that's like a huge huge sign. And, you know, for them not to take it as seriously as they should.
Well, look who's in charge.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing right there. Gotta love them.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. This is going to be up on the site for people to share too, if you want to hear us prattle on about things and stuff and deal with weird screen sharing. And I still love this little, take your bottle.
Yes.
Take your bottle. Sorry. It's Takika. Ow. I was sorry. I love virtual backgrounds. I didn't have a green screen, and then this came along. I'm like, oh, it's so much fun. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being on. We'll have to do this again next week. I think it's good for everybody. Hopefully, Barb can get some booze in her for the next one, and then we'll have more wine
and some sleep.
And some sleep.
Holy shit.
Get some rest. Maybe the booze would help with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got where's my magic pills? Oh, magic pills.
There we go.
The magic pills helped a lot. I needed the magic pills. But by the way, my product placement. These things, let's see if I can get those. These things are great. And they don't make you, it's pure Z's, and it's stress and sleep. Oh, there's a puppy. I see a puppy. But these are gummies. And you can get them at the grocery store, have them delivered. It's de-stress and sleep, ZQL Pure Z's. Because I know a lot of people are having the same problem I am, which is you can't sleep anymore because you're either stressed out or you're goofy or your schedule's all messed up. But these suckers actually helped me a lot because I take 2 or 3 of them, chew them up, and then I actually slept. So it was really nice.
I'll have to try them.
Yeah. And you can get them at the grocery store. They're not like some CBD kind of thing or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know Florida, but which one is that?
It's Hawkeye.
Oh,
he's a
there's a Hawkeye.
Hey.
There's a woo woo. Look at him.
Bubby.
Oh, there's his brother. His brother is unconscious.
Oh, babies.
They are cool.
A big beautiful idiot.
Yeah, they're the big beautiful man. Aw.
Come here.
Aw, that's cute. Wow. I think that's the best way we can close it, is to have little baby dogs.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again. This has been so much fun. We need to do this next week, and same time next week. Why not? Yay! Maybe earlier. Earlier for Bob. Earlier for Bob. All right, guys. We're cutting it. Thank you. Bye. Stay safe. Spread the word, not the virus. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.